Hello, my dear friends. It is indeed my pleasure to share with you a meditation and a little insight to start our conversation around the International Day of Family or Families Day. As we all know, uh, each one of us belong to a biological family, and we also belong to the global family. So before the meditation, I will just share a couple of thoughts around these two concepts of family. Um, we see families as the foundation for values. That families are like the first educators for us. They are the initial and the most influential setting where values are instilled and where when we were children, where we learned everything. And even the kids of today learn what is right and wrong, good or bad, or what is most beneficial for them. Family is the place where our consciousness gets shaped, our understanding of the world begins to get grounded. And one of the best ways in which these values, family values, are taught is through living example. Children learn more from what they see and hear rather than what you tell them. This is how you can be kind. But when they see kindness being embodied or displayed, that's how they learn. You know what kindness is or what hatred is. So family is where some of these groundings take place, and that's within the biological family. But then the spiritual perspective on family means where we now begin to see beyond the physical, see beyond these limitations, and begin to understand that we exist more than within this small framework that we call family, even though that's a very sacred space where we all start in life. But then as we grow, we realize that we belong to a bigger family, the global family. And you know this expression of brotherhood, we are brothers. So um, what makes us brothers is when we're able to see beyond this physical and to see the light that is in each one of us, see the light in ourselves, see the light in the other, to uphold the light within ourselves, to uphold the light in the other, and to realize that we are interconnected, we are interdependent. In other words, we are a global family. And our global family exists because we see beyond the limitations of color, caste, creed, and all of that. And actually, that is the more powerful aspect of what family is about. Even though we need to be within our tribe and we need that grounding, we also need to see beyond the horizon because we are two parts, you know, we are human and we are spiritual. So we can't be stuck only in the human and we can't be stuck only in the spiritual. We have to learn how to balance both. And so on this International Day of Family, it is so important that we recognize, which I'm sure we all do anyway. This group is not strange to any of this, and also to recognize that we all have and we all belong to that higher purpose. We all serve that higher purpose in life. We all are connected to that supreme energy, that highest energy. And when we connect with that, then we see that our family, our values are like the same. And that is what makes us this beautiful family. So there is such diversity, but there is such unity. And that is what family is about. And when we recognize this, then transformation is very easy. And that's where sustainable development will come in so easily. Just this little shift in our awareness, and we are more than just the physical. Yes, we are human, but we also spiritual. And when we see that, then we can tap into our own values. And lastly, before we go into meditation, to remember that as a family, that's our spiritual container, or our spiritual space, that sacred space where values are nurtured, relationships are fostered for higher purposes, where individuals can learn, can grow together, and where we can all contribute towards a more peaceful and harmonious world. And each and every one of us, as a citizen of this world, is responsible for carrying through these kind of family values. So, holding these thoughts, I thought we can go inward, reflect on what family means to us. What are those family values that we nurture in our hearts most? And probably what has molded us to being the person we are today. And then after that, maybe after a minute or so, we will open up the floor for whoever would like to share your insights. So let's take a deep breath in, keeping both feet on the ground, keeping your hands on your lap. You may keep your eyes open or close them. And as we take a couple of deep breaths in and out, we allow our bodies to relax and to bring our thoughts to this present moment. And I'll take the opportunity to turn inward and to connect with the light, my inner light. And as I connect with my inner light, I will take this opportunity to reflect on what family means to me. What are the family values that have molded me and making me the person I am today? Or in general, what makes a family a family? And now let's take a deep breath in and release. Thank you. And I now hand over to all my family here, my extended family, whoever would like to share, start sharing. Um, you're welcome. What inspirations you got, how you felt, what?
Ina? Sabita. So when I think of family, I think of love, and it's unconditional love. It doesn't matter what they're like, what they do, how they are, and all the arguments we can have. Love is love forever. And I appreciate that. So I thank you for taking me into my family so I could embrace them. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hello, Samita. This is Jeannie. Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Yes, we can hear. Thank you,
I
Nita.
was
Yes, we can hear you,
raised,
Judy.
my mother's Colombian, and her father always put her in a boarding school. She never had experience of a family. She was always in a boarding school because her father was so busy in the government or something. And then he sent her by herself to Omaha, Nebraska to graduate from college there in an all-girls Catholic college. And he put her alone on this boat, and she found her way there somehow. And somehow she met my father, who's an Irish American. And well, then she decided to marry him, displeasing her father quite a lot. But as I was raised in this Irish family in Omaha, Nebraska, um, I just was, now when I look back at it, I find it so amazing that my grandmother, every week, she cooked for 20 people in the family and gathered them together. Now, every week. I have not I have not noticed that phenomenon in other families ever since then, actually. But I was raised in that kind of family. My younger brother's 12 years younger than me. I didn't have a brother, but my cousin became my brother. And every week, I treat him as a brother now. And because I didn't have one that was my age. And every one of us, just played and had a tremendous time. Every week, we will look forward to the luncheon of my grandmother. And I find that I treat people as my family as a result of my upbringing in that way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jenny. That's lovely.
My cousins were my
Yes.
brothers and sisters, and now I treat everyone like my brother and sister. So I
And
think that experience is very important.
yes, yes. Thank you, Charles. There's Charles, then Diane. And who is the other person? Raised your hand?
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Okay.
Present.
Yeah.
Well, Sabita, first of all, the light is so bright coming from you, I have to put my sunglasses on. Okay. The blessing I had was, and I sat on the Toronto Area Interfaith Council, and it was through the interfaith that I had the blessing of being able to see the light in other people. And you learn from that experience, whether it's brothers or sisters, as said before, but it's the ability to see the light in other people and what they're doing. And some are brighter than others, but there still is a light that comes through. And that was the blessing of personal experience for me, that I started to be able to see the light in other people. Didn't matter what religion they were, it didn't matter what culture they were, you could see the light. And the other astonishing thing is they start to see it in you. And so you get that feedback as well. So that's kind of like what the family does. They support each other, they help each other, they love each other. And I think that's the important. That was my experience anyway. So thank you for
Beautiful. Thank
you.
you, Charles. Thank you. Yes, Diane.
Hi, Savita. Thank you. That was so beautiful. So in my meditation, I saw my father, who passed away last year, and he had a natural ability to treat everyone like family, which, was always so inspiring as a little child, because if there was an accident on the side of the road, he would be the first one to stop and make sure everybody was okay. And anytime he would meet somebody, he met them with so much joy. And I remember one part of his work was to investigate corruption. And he would meet people after they got out of jail, and he would treat them like a brother, you know, and I thought that's, you know, so beautiful. And also my mother, I remember us watching the news, and she had so much compassion. She would be crying when something not good was happening. And she would say, turn off the news because I don't want you to have this impression, you know, as a child. But it was her compassion that always touched my heart. So yes, just having that early impression of treating everybody like part of the larger extended family. So thank you.
Beautiful. It's amazing, you know. It's so lovely to hear everybody's stories. Thank you so much, Diane. And Lawrence?
Yeah, this is not as lovely as all the other stories, but thank you, Sabita. That was very beautiful. But I never had the experience of family. My mother and father were there, but there was no connection. And it was so I raised myself. So I had no, and I had no like values. There were no values of what I mean. There was nothing like anyone else was talking about. But I had values.
Mm.
I knew some of them, and one was that we have a responsibility being here to make this better because we're here. And that
Beautiful. So you had,
yeah, I'm sorry.
you had that deep inside of you anyway.
Yeah, and it's taken a while to get here, but it's certainly the right place for me. I know that, and we have a lot of work to do, and we have the power to do it.
And that's where the compassion comes, right? That's why you are who you are today, Lawrence.
Yeah, it's
It
yeah,
came out.
a lot of
The
stories.
soul had it. You embodied it, and now you're able to express that and give those feelings to so many more.
Yeah, more and more.
Yes.
So it's a real gift. So I thank everybody too for being here.
Thank you, Lawrence. Rosalini?
Hi, everyone. So I'm sorry it's a little noisy. I was thinking about our chosen families because I'm currently at the Baha'i National Center here in Chicago, in Wilmette, Chicago. And it is the first time that they have every single member of the office in the same building because we're all over the US. And it's been just so beautiful to meet people who you only see through email or a Zoom call, or just to meet new people, new faces. And I'm gonna share a story, and hopefully I don't cry. But so I'm thinking about family. My mom is very sick. Okay. And yesterday I wanted to say a prayer. I didn't want to, but somehow the spirit told me I should say a prayer for my mom. And it was in the temple, and it was in front of everybody, and I didn't want to, but I did. Because God's great. And I obviously cried a lot. But after I sat down, this lady turned to me and she's giving me a tissue and was holding my hand, and someone else came and was hugging me. And I've never met these women in my entire life, and they're crying with me. Like I'm like, why are you? It wasn't like I knew they were crying because they could feel my feeling too. And I think when we're spiritual people, no matter our religious background, no matter where we come from, our hearts speak to each other. And I made two beautiful friends, and they're like family. And I think it's beautiful that we have an opportunity. We are born into a family that we love and we support and has shaped us or doesn't shape us, which ends up shaping us. But then we have like a second opportunity in life to make a second family, to add to that family, you get to choose who you get to be with. And I think that's so beautiful. And I'm happy to have you all in my family, and I'm excited to keep growing it and to keep loving each other and sharing and pushing each other and challenging each other. So thank you.